lights are there.
Well, that's a lot of heavy stuff. You look great. They look like they're real. You know what I'm saying?
You see one over there.
Hey. Rob. Well, it's because it's not a, if you have to go to the White House and then to the embassy, it's not around one side. It's around two.
I was over there.
Yeah, I'll take it on the other side. Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, no, I've got that. But no, we just don't know. All right. Cool, thank you. Yeah. So why? Right, seamless transition.
Plug in.
I'm not, I'll just text him to battery swap. So it might be lock boxes or something. this is not a get ready to shoot. This situation where these two people walking over here are not to be engaged.
Okay. Thank you.
No. Like,
what are you trying to sell?
on the 6th. No, I can't. So I can't.
You don't like it?
The menu. Right. Which is good. When we just like, you really want to come up and forward, turn up the shot, and you're not going to look. Because I will. Most of it's
Check this out. I'm here with Joseph Phil Joseph P. Daniel, right? Joseph P. Daniel 1. Joseph P. Daniel 1. Joseph P. Daniel. Make sure you follow. Okay, right on. Check this out, folks. We got some of the folks from disinformation, the mainstream disinformation purveyors. Let me introduce myself. Sir. Oh, hey, how are you? Ivan Racing. Yeah. Who are you with?
Do not engage.
In DC though. But I don't think I've
Do not
talked.
engage. Do not engage.
Disengage.
Disengage. Walk away.
CNN, Criminal News Network. Oh, Criminal News Network. So when are you going to interview me with the whole details of my role? Because I basically ran the whole January 6th. That forced Nancy. So my planning was, remember the Pence card memo that was retweeted by President?
I'm going to use live here. We're not hearing the music.
So that basically, it ties into this because John Bolton is very close with not only Mike Pence but also Liz Cheney because he was going to vote for her as a write-in. But last minute he decided to go to So as you look into all of his communications, John Bolton's, you're going to start to see the communications and the seditious conspiracy that he was behind, coordinating with the Cheneys, the Bushes, because you remember he was the White House, and also so Pence, Bush, and the Cheney family. That's why you saw. That's why I always called it the January 6th committee. It's fully stood up. The long form name that I called it was the Pelosi's beloved Benny Thompson and Mike Pence's beloved Liz Cheney January 6th cover-up. Because it was trying to promote that insurrection narrative that is going to continue to collapse on its face as we further expose what's going on. Not in this particular case, but what I mean the investigators that are looking through his devices that they seized, right? It wasn't a raid, it was just a search. When they pulled his devices, they're going to see all of that. Because not only did they pick up the 18 counts that the grand jury proceeded to put them out there. But I mean, that's going to snare all of those communications between. Remember, he's probably on the Republican side in the national security ecosystem. He's been in the system for 40 years. 40 years. So think of the 40 years of communications that he had and all the crimes that are going to be exposed to that. This is literally the droplet of water before the full glass before you even start the appetizer. Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at.
So it's Evan,
It looks like we're going to be here a while.
So it's Evan. What's your last name, sir? Brett. Yes, sir. So he's from the. So Belize is an Anglophone country in Central America, which I've actually been to myself. I visited as a tourist. It's pretty nice. It's a small country.
Belize intelligence, that guy? Communist?
I don't know, maybe. Well, probably. I mean, well, I shouldn't say probably. Possibly. All right, let's see who else is over here. Folks, can I introduce myself?
Hey, how's it going?
Ivan Raikman.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. Who you guys with?
Talking freelance.
For what? Getty? All of them. So you support what? AP?
Right now, freelance.
Okay. Freelance. The CIA too, right? FBI. Oh, look. See that? I said CIA, and she's like, "Ooh, let's go talk to her." Can't resist.
She goes in the energy for CIA fake news training? Or
Ma'am, you looked when I said CIA. My name is Ivan Raikman. Okay.
It's called Crew Home and Bridge.
Seriously don't know? Right. So if somebody's watching this, listening, they can spy that.
Hey, it's called Crew Home and Bridge.
Okay, you don't want to be exposed. Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Fair
4,
enough.
5.
See, that's how you handle it.
1, 2, 1, 2.
But I also have some.
Yeah.
You know, how much colleague over here? We're all third. But I'm just introducing the reason why I was going to talk about myself and most of it. Looks like we're going to have a little fun. I'm sure I'll introduce myself to everybody out. It's a long discussion. What about you folks?
Oh, you're business officer, sure. I'll probably do this.
So these guys like to cover things, but they don't like to be covered. Ma'am, have we had a chance to? Hi, there. What is it, Christine? Christine, good to meet you. Who are you with? She's an independent woman. Independent woman, huh? Freelancing? Do you know who today you're freelancing for? Oh, so your colleagues with everything.
Calling everybody.
So this is all CNN?
No, but everyone, like,
So
we all
everyone,
work for everyone.
and pretty much everybody here is local. Probably DC Dave.
Goal, baby.
Okay. So why do you choose CNN over some others?
Yep, we got you.
Whoever hired for the day? But those guys, isn't that guy from like Fox or something?
Yeah.
Guy all the way down there? Oh, good. Yeah. You don't know? Okay. All right. So what do you think about criminal news. Or faux news, if you don't want to talk about faux news.
I don't have.
How about faux news?
Sorry.
No? Okay. Well, it's good to meet you. It's a pleasure. Thanks for engaging with me, Christine. Christine, right? Okay. Sir? Still keeping warm?
Trying to.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are all freelancing, huh? I don't know, though. I think he's a regular. I know this guy.
Let me go shake your hand.
Let me go shake his hand, but I don't want to interrupt.
Hey, man, how are you? Good to see you. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm doing not too bad. You know where I stand.
There we are. Senior USDC.
Every time that there's an important one. Yes, sir. So, yeah. So I gotta keep going on. Oh, it's because it's MSLSD. These guys are standing. Zoom in right here. See right there? That lady? When I said CIA, she perked up and was like, oh, what? CIA? It's because our beloved favorites, John Brennan, are always on MSLSD, right? They're always talking smack and continuing to treason while this current administration just lets them treason. I'm guessing that, you know what's going to happen today? Just like last Wednesday when we were at Alexandria Federal District Court. Jimmy Homie Comey was out there, not arrested, just walks in and walks out. And guess what? He did all of his devices as he continues to coordinate and communicate with probably the anchors and contributors of MSLSD, which is Johnny Boy Brennan. So, I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people are going to be angry at me for saying it, but I'm going to say it because I'm an analyst, right? So if Abby Spanberger and that Attorney General of a similar party wins their race in Virginia in 2 weeks, guess what's going to happen to this administration that lives or works in Virginia? Best case scenario, they're going to be arrested and jailed. More likely than not, they will be slaughtered. And the reason why they're going to be slaughtered is because they're just going to enable and allow the Charlie Perkins of admin officials and never prosecute them. Why? Because the crime will have been committed in Virginia, wherein their Attorney General, that via text is always texting about conducting the murder of not only officials such as the former Speaker of the House of Virginia, but also his children. So these are the people that we're dealing with. When I say these are domestic terrorists, their rhetoric is very commensurate with terrorism. And so when they're not treated as such, and they're not rolled up by the current Attorney General of Virginia or other federal law enforcement officials, if there's a federal nexus or jurisdiction,
Spread like cancer.
they spread like cancer. And they spread their disinformation via these types of platforms. See this brand right here? Probably some of the worst. MSLSD, the criminal news network that we have over here, and then some of the others. This one here, I gotta be fair. Balance, that they say. This News Nation? Well, some people are like, oh, News Nation is balanced. They have both sides of the aisle talking. Guess who they have as one of the key contributors? Remember that guy that slaughtered, essentially, at genocidal levels due to his decisions in New York as the governor? Well, his buddy, his brother, Chris, so Andy's little brother, Chris, was doing what? He's now on News Nation. Oh, the vaccines weren't safe and effective. I will never forget your involvement in the COVID economy. So I get it. This administration right now is still covering up for its involvement in the economy. You did it, Cuomo, brother. But the next administration is not going to be so kind. Remember, any felony that has a capital punishment attached to it as a maximum punishment has no statute of limitations. So whether it's in the next administration, or in 8 years, or in 12 years, at the end of the day, my life, like my legacy that I want to hang my hat on in my lifetime before I die,
and I'm going to pass it on to my kids if I don't achieve that goal, is to guarantee that everyone is held to maximum account for their involvement in the whole COVID. Okay? And it'd be interesting to see how much involvement Johnny Boy Bolton had in it. I haven't seen any evidence of that, but we will see. We will look. So I think we kind of covered most people here. They're still talking, so I don't want to interrupt them. But sir?
Yeah. This may have maybe some thought does it. But in the 70s, and 80s.
Who are you with, George? You hear what I just said about you guys? Okay. No, most of the not too bad, but we have a first ball down there.
Yeah, and they were.
Genocide.
Yeah, like all the neighbors.
Yeah, it wasn't a good pick. Well, I don't think most people. We'll challenge that. So if people are happy with that, folks, can you go ahead and do me a favor and tag Chris Bowman and his brother Andy and let them know that that guy is one of the key genocidal. Let me just say it this way. Those involved in the COVID disinformation that forced people into taking the jabs that were unsafe that resulted in numerous murders.
Tens of millions.
That resulted in millions of injuries.
Millions of injuries.
So again, everything I say is allegedly, right? Allegedly. Yeah, it's there. There's no.
Yeah, it's really good.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, so I think we got some new folks here. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, I what are you sorry about? Pretty apologetic. Get nothing to hide or run from. I should never be apologetic.
But what was your name before you run off?
Okay.
What was his name?
Since he's your colleague, let's find out.
See that? Does it look like I'm hiding something? What's that?
Let's get a nice shot of this beautiful federal courthouse. We got over 100 people in there, right?
1 trillion people. Oh, wow. Okay. So, is anybody commenting yet?
I like it.
No comments, huh? Okay, no worries. I'll start out. I'll start out with commentary. So now that you know who's out, give you a little overview. From on this side, you got Criminal News Network. On this side, you got News Nation. On this side, you got MSNBC, and also we're in Greenbelt. Greenbelt, Maryland is where, just down the road, is where the other thing is, right?
Anyway, I'm going to be inside now.
And just a little bit further down the road, we have the NSA. National Security Agency. Early on in its time, it was called no such thing as courthouse. It's America's premier national signals intelligence collection. But I digress.
I'm really not sure about
Terminology. The reason why I said that is because
Yeah.
the former national
I have like
security
67 and I'm pretty happy.
for
It's better than 13.
Mr. John Bolton. John really
Yeah, 65, 7,
national security advisor within his portfolio is to coordinate the interagency
I go by the city.
all things security.
I got that's so cool.
Here in the next couple of hours, here in Greenbelt, Maryland, this space, 18 hours inside an after grand jury. Yeah, but sharing with family members. DOJ says that doctors like entered 24 cases of White House security things classified as top secret FBI level, most sensitive. Share them on the best we have in the purpose. Email comes with those families. President Trump reacted 40 years
So we're looking at 35, 40 years, this guy has been essentially defecating all over the planet. Right? When I say defecating, I mean basically, this guy is all about, he couldn't find a place anywhere on the planet that didn't deserve a war for 50.
Where their FBI agents were in the DC office at the end of August.
So this guy right here, John,
Many of these
has
classified
been in the national security
Bolton noted the prior DOJ did not charge him, so Fox only was investigated under the Biden DOJ. Bolton said in a statement, he lost Donald Trump, but now I don't think he's targeted weaponizing the Justice Department charges them PDP or any of the charges that were declined or the fact that quote, found by Bolton requested on classified documents found in the possession of both then former President Trump and then President Biden.
Secretary of Retribution, and I want to get your name, sir, because I want to scrutinize whether or not you should be considered and nominated for the deep state target list. Sir, with all due respect. Or maybe with no due respect. Apparently. So anyhow.
And Bolton now is for the record and have an initial appearance involved.
Somebody will catch it.
Banner.
The video's good enough. We'll be okay. So, going back to before I was so rude on again, so did you see here when I said
Yeah,
just perked up?
It's 20 years younger than
Miss. Any comments on why you didn't see perked up?
I'm going to go and report down. You want to wait on the other track? I'm going to see how much I should zero.
Whatever. It's okay. I tried.
Huh?
No?
Oh, it's one right now. Okay.
Again, 40 years pretty much.
Yep. 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 Yeah, no problem. For this guy, I mean, that's
And then the son to a company.
Okay, and then, yeah, why don't we do that? And then,
Close relationship.
I believe,
So it would be interesting to see his communications on his devices back in 30, 40 years. Well, smartphones didn't exist.
Especially around 9/11, leading up to 9/11.
But it'd be interesting to see his communications going back.
down.
No one.
We need that. We need one. He's had the same
AOL has been around for the longest of any mail service. So it'd be interesting to look and see if we can obtain all of his communications, especially with W. Bush, especially with
Okay.
right? Which he
Michael R.
Hillary Clinton.
No, I'm sticking to just the Republican side. So this is key. This is how key this indictment is. I don't know, is it good to 10 years? Warehouse in the or with the disinformation purveyors back there. Oh, you're getting a gentleman over here that's fleeing the scene. So, it'd be interesting to find out whether or not there are some subsequent conversations between John Bolton and Mike Pence. It'd be interesting to see what communications were had between John Bolton and... Wait, did I ever mention Lizzie Cheney? Or Dick Cheney? Well, it's funny that I just mentioned it because, just to remind folks, it was Mr. Bolton that said he was going to write in last election cycle Liz Cheney for president. He stated so publicly. I wonder why. Wait, you know what comes to mind when I hear that? So if he's going to write her in, he probably has a relationship with her. And her dad, when he worked for George W., and her dad, Dick Cheney, was the vice president. And he was probably communicating with them regularly, so they're tight, right?
Yeah.
Which then begs the question, Johnny Boy Bolton, how much did you communicate with Liz Cheney as it relates to the Fedsurrection cover-up of January 6th? Well, I digress a little bit. Let's go back a little bit to 2018 to 2019 period when he was a National Security Advisor. 2018 to 2019, folks. Isn't that the same period of time when General Flynn was being persecuted to the maximum? Huh? I believe it was. And wasn't that the same period? Not that I believe it was. I know it was. Because I had a first or second row seat to the entire fiasco of deep state operation. I attended every hearing. I read every court file. So it'd be interesting to see how much of a role Johnny Boy Brennan was facilitating and helping and providing top cover to Mike Pence. To go ahead help him remove General Flynn so that John Bolton could take that position. I get it. There was an individual between HR Masters that became the National Security Advisor after General Flynn and whatnot. I factor that in. Still, those are some things to ask questions about. Those are legitimate. Would you agree? Those are legitimate questions. Well, that gets to the January 6th component. I want to focus in still on the 2018 to 2019. We'll move forward in 2021. The elected president. 2018, 2019. You got to remember, this is in May of 2018. Remember when Rod Rosenstein was fired and Jimmy Homey was fired? Right? That rattled the deep state. So what did they do? Let's usher in. Man, are you one of the attorneys for I don't know. She may have been. Let's see. We'll fact check it if we can. So 2018 and 2019, remember. We had 2017, they removed him from then in the 2018 time frame, they started going after him in earnest. And then in 2018 is when President Trump starts the removal. His lawyers in the lobby. Jimmy Homey, right? So remember, there's the Russia probe, and the cover-up to that was the Mueller. And then, there's so much to talk about. Everything I've described over the last several years is just coming to head, right? It's all coming together. And John Bolton seems to be the guy that is the easiest to look into and look at his communications to determine, oh wow, were you providing top cover to Rod Rosenstein? Were you providing top cover? By the way, Rod Rosenstein. So herein lies the problem, okay? Rod Rosenstein used to be the U.S. attorney for this district, for Maryland. He's the only individual of the 93 U.S. attorneys. I get it, 94 districts. But there are 93 U.S. attorneys covering the 94 districts. He's the only U.S. attorney that stayed from George W. Bush, and stayed on into the Obama administration. So it begs the question. So 1 out of 93 U.S. attorneys is asked to stay on, or left to stay on. What kind of dirt did this kid have on both political? Or was he the conduit? Facilitate deep state inactivity. He's worthy of scrutiny. Now he was appointed by Bush. So I wonder how much John Bolton knew about this, since he's close with that network as well. These are questions that I ask myself as soon as I kind of hear things coming out like this. Ooh, I hadn't thought of that one. Is that coming from you? See, that's why. This is like a premier operative here holding the camera. This is totally fantastic. Oh, huge crowd, 4 people. I gotta remember though. I think he's walked in already. He's already walked in, hasn't he, sir? Sir? He's already walked in. All right, here. How you doing? Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing? No, I think they work. He's got a monitor in his hand. Some good indicator.
I'm gonna go in. Okay.
Does he still have a USB stick in there? In his mustache? With all the information? So, hey sir, you want to jump in and give commentary? Introduce yourself? We'll take a little break before we go on to the next part of the film. So introduce yourself. I've seen you before, haven't I? Oh, just earlier. Okay. On X? Okay. So what's your story? Introduce yourself, tell us what you want about yourself. Okay, go ahead, you take over this conversation.
It's disappointing that Hillary was not there on the night that attorneys were able to bend rules in a way to
In essence, but in essence, I apply that to cowardice.
Same with
Jim
Bill.
Comey, the head of oversight committee, basically said, you know what? Because I'm weak, I'm going to go ahead and let Comey not testify about it. Oh, and same thing. What's that? James Comer? No, Comey is the former FBI director. I'm talking about James Comer,
that committee.
Republican chair of the Oversight Committee. So which one's the Bloomberg guy? Oh, with the white camera? Okay. White and black striped camera. How'd you find out? You just asked them. Yeah, they're a little bit. Why didn't they tell me? Why? Dude, well, maybe I'm a CIA guy. Maybe I'm a Fed. Hey, maybe I'm Jewish. And then you can talk to me.
Are you getting your orders from Bibi Netanyahu right now? Do you have Bibi Netanyahu on standby right now?
How much trolling? Anyhow, it just exposes their pathetic
You can see the live
disinformation
stream of the fake news MSNBC thing right there on that monitor.
Allegedly, the CIA girlfriend.
She asked that?
I get more viewers than her. I think it's more viewers than her. Give me a break.
Security.
Where do they get the money?
He's speaking truth in my vicinity.
Speaking loudly in the middle of our shot.
I'm not even loud.
How does she make money?
You know,
Big pharma
I haven't even
ads?
raised my voice
They're very
once.
timid. They're very timid and they're very boring. They're very robotic.
NPCs.
They are incredibly.
No, so I like how you deflected though. That's good. So tell us about you.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for practice because I don't know how the sausage is made. Because I don't know.
You've seen some of my sausage, right? It's pretty transparent.
Oh, I've seen it.
Because you
kind of see it. You just want to see it like live in person, experience it.
The word is she's going to get indicted in December. Alex Jones broke that. Yeah. So he was right about Letitia James. He was right about James Comey.
Tish.
Big Tish.
Peekaboo.
Big Tish
Big
has
Tish, peekaboo.
reaped what she sowed.
Are you going to be down there in Norfolk next Friday for Big Tish?
God willing.
Yeah, God willing. You going to go down there for that?
Are you ready to see the Tish live? Walking right by her?
Tish live.
The OnlyFans star has been staying in one of her houses.
You do content?
No, I literally am here to witness.
No, but you
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. 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 Mic check 1 2 3 4 5.
I choose to be cool. People think I'm all
Good.
scary. I could raise my voice. I could escalate. I could use expletives. I could get, more aggressive. There's no need to.
We're made in the image of
The
God. We don't need to
exposure
do that.
itself is devastating, right? And they know it. It's safer for them to just flee and not mention.
So many fake news people reporting. So many fake news people reporting the news literally looked like they had no life. They were so demoralized when they had to report that John Bolton had.
All right, so let's go back to kind of the nuts and bolts and the sausage of what I think is going on. You got to keep in mind that John Bolton's been in the system for 40 years. We pull all of his communications. Yeah, they got 18 indictments for classified information, distribution, basically the same thing that Hillary did, right? And but amidst all of that, you're going to be able to see his communications with the Cheneys, the Bushes, the Mike Pences of the world, the Rod Rosensteins, and that's where I left off before I diverted. So Rod Rosenstein was the U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, which is here in Maryland, and he was the only U.S. Attorney of the 93 in the nation that stayed on from George W. Bush into the Obama administration, and then was later elevated to be the Deputy Attorney General. Okay? He was the Deputy Attorney General at the same time that Mike Pence, and I'm getting a Bolton on this, the same time that Mike Pence was the Vice President, the same time that Mike Pence's Chief of Staff, Joshua Pitcock, Mike Pence's Chief of Staff, Josh Pitcock, his wife, Josh's wife, Catherine Seaman, was the one Russia analyst for Peter Strzok. Hey, where's MSLSD? Let's do this by MSLSD.
Yeah, let's do it.
So as your contributor, Peter Strzok, his senior Russia hoax analyst was Catherine Seaman, married to Josh Pitcock, who worked for Mike Pence as his chief of staff. And as Petey Pablo Strzok, through his text messages, exchanges with his girl, Lisa Page, were communicating, they're basically communicating, and hopefully with somebody in the comments will post the actual text thread where they say, should we talk to Katie to run the 25th Amendment play on Trump? What? The 25th Amendment removal of President Trump. Are you saying, Ivan, that it potentially was coordinated between Pete Strzok, the insurance policy guy, with Katie, Catherine Seaman, his employee, Russia analyst, with her husband, Josh Pitcock, who worked for Mike Pence as his chief of staff? Hey, Mike Pence, how much did you know? And when did you know? And why did you do that? I suspect your communications are going to be found from your Tom with Mike Pence. You see how it all ties back in? When he was the National Security Adviser later in 2018. And if you kind of take a look and see, you do your favorite AI search tool, and you see that John Bolton said that it was only Mike Pence as one of his only allies in the White House. Ooh, interesting. You see why both sides hate me? It's because they're on my way.
play to be executed on.
Wait, I want to make sure I'm capturing all the key highlights of the 2018-2019 time frame. Remember, Jimmy Homey was the FBI director, so there's that aspect of it. That's down in being Alexandria going on. It's good stuff. So, I mean, are they being too delicate with that? Yeah, I'm going to complain all the time because I'm here to motivate Maxie. But at the end of the day, they're indicted. But here's the problem. So while it's great that they're arraigned, he didn't get swatted, but here's the key thing. As you leave these people to roam freely, Jim Homey is coordinating with these guys, right? And his former employees at the FBI to continue to run a coup against this current administration to protect themselves. Number two, this guy Rod Rosenstein that I mentioned, if he's tight with John Bolton, do you think he's going to try to make sure that the U.S. Attorney's Office is leveraged or is filled with his own people that he used to work at so that John Bolton walks freely? See, these are the behind-the-scenes moves that are going on that are not so much in the courtroom. They are going on as they roam freely communicating.
Yeah. Who was Bolton talking to in the last 24 hours? Was it Hillary Clinton? She said, we're going to kill Trump. We're going to get you out soon. Don't worry, Bolton. We're going to kill Trump soon. Is that what she was talking to Bolton about? I would say that he was communicating with his attorneys. Now, I put a post up, I think it was last night. Yeah, that, we got this thing going on today. Who the judge is, who the U.S. attorneys and the assistant U.S. attorneys are bringing forth this case. But we also need to take a look at and see who his attorneys are. I'm wondering if it's Norm Eisen who left this. Norm. Excuse me, not Norm. Who am I thinking of? Norm Eisen.
No, it's not Norm. Oh! Jim Comey's attorney, guess who that is? I did look that up. It's the same attorney that represented Crack Baby's son. The Crack Baby's son,
Hunter Biden?
You guys ever heard of him?
Does she have a comment about Hunter Biden's laptop and health?
He tried to talk quite a bit with Johnny Boy Brennan. Because Johnny Boy Brennan ran that Victoria Nuland coup in Ukraine, right? Sir.
Does he have a comment about Hunter Biden?
He's no more response for you guys.
He was asking, is there a problem here? He's the problem. So America's he's a cancer.
See, this guy's professional.
How many lies do you think he's going to say today?
Van? Van is professional. That guy's not. See this right here? He's seen me, and he knows how I react to professional, respectful dialogue. I actually say, you know what? So, see, that's how things need to be handled. That's how we were all raised. So, we'll go ahead and do that. They were here first.
They were here first. How many lies do you think he's going to say today, Al?
So, we can kind of tune in a little bit, but we don't need to. Because we already know it's both, right?
Should I stand behind him with the sign?
Yeah, like David.
Investigate 9/11?
Oh, you know what? Sir, I can provide you a copy of the deep state's target list. I think, did I print one off? You know what? That's a good point. We're going to take a little break here.
Pass out some very important information.
Yeah,
You think I just brought a bag just for props, folks? Come on.
How are you?
Everything is deliberate, thought through, and planned, even though it looks unplanned and whimsical. So a lot of people ask me, Ivan, why are you so... Not yet, relax. Ivan, why are you so involved? Why this and that? Why have you never been arrested for January 6th and this and that? So let me talk about
the Capitol building.
January 6th, John Bolton. Mike Pence, remember? It was the Mike Pence and Mike Pence's beloved Liz Cheney and Nancy Pelosi's beloved Benny Thompson January 6th Insurrection Cover-Up Committee. Okay? They wanted to promote the insurrection narrative. Because on that day, Mike Pence violated the Constitution on multiple fronts. Inside of the chambers, when he did not allow with Nancy Pelosi for there to be a quorum, and this is within C-SPAN on video for everyone to see, but they're not going to cover it.
because it's gonna
They got their narrative.
it's
because
gonna
of it.
block the insurrection narrative. The insurrection took place inside of the chambers. That's where I was playing, right? But through legal theory of voting to object on the electors from the various contested states by state delegation. When Nancy Pelosi caught wind of it, they had to run the insurrection, right? Excuse me, Fedsurrection. And who reported on it first? Our beloved friends over here,
MSDNC.
MSLSD. Who also ran the insurrection play? The colleagues to his left, Faux News, because Paul Ryan directed it
Oh yeah, Paul
as
Ryan.
the former Speaker of the House. Next, News Nation wasn't really around, so I can't really blame them for it. But Criminal News Network was.
Oh yeah.
They were also involved in that. And I think he's smirking back there, thinking like, oh, ha, ha, ha. The evidence, I've already looked at it. The reason why people laugh and like, oh, this guy's nut job, it's because they haven't seen the evidence. And when I say evidence, I'm talking about there's not a single person out there in the entire complex, disinformation complex, that has interviewed the following people in the collective. The former Capitol Police Chief, I get it.
What's the name of that one?
He was interviewed by Chief Stephen Son. Yeah, I get it. He was interviewed by Tucker twice. By the way, side note, I met with Chief Stephen Son for a good 2 hours over lunch and gave him my evidence of the Fedsurrection. And at the conclusion, I asked, is anything that I said inconsistent with what you know and see? If there is, investigate and then come back and tell me. Nothing. So when he went a few days later to go on Tucker Carlson's show when he was still at Faux News' Paul Ryan's disinformation platform, Tucker got fired because Mr. Chief Son exposed a little too much of Nancy Pelosi's Fedsurrection play. Okay, that's coming out again now. But this was early on when they were still trying to control the narrative.
How many feds were on the ground coordinating with Pence and Pelosi that day on January 6th?
Well,
over 270.
274 according to this last data dump, but I don't think it ends there. It's going to continue to show. So let me continue with this since I'm on a roll here. So you had, so I said, Chief Son talked to him, Tarek Johnson on numerous occasions, the U.S. Capitol Police whistleblower, but more importantly, Chris Miller, the acting Secretary of Defense, right? Basically, to summarize my meeting with him, at the end he said, this might be the first time I say this publicly. Chris Miller told me, Nancy Pelosi outmaneuvered us, is basically what he said. But when I laid out the evidence, he was like, wow, it looks like you know this stuff better than I do.
She wouldn't allow the
Next person that I communicated with and interviewed for a few years now that has given me information. I'm just telling you my sources, folks, because I'm transparent, unlike some of these, I won't use pejoratives, but I will say some of these disinformation purveyors, because that's a factual statement. I don't like to use pejoratives often, but sometimes on occasion I like to.
Does that MSDNC guy work for the CIA, do you think?
So we have, who else? What about the pipe bomber? Huh? Well, guess what? The head of security at the Republican National Committee, a guy by the name of Kenneth Capolino, I've talked to him on numerous occasions, and he told me that from the onset he thought it was a diversion and it was inert. It was, and now they're going to. I said early on years ago. I said once it has been exposed so much, the pipe bomb, they're going to come up with the statement that it was just an exercise. It was a training exercise. Once we realized it wasn't there. Because guess what? Kamala Harris, the beloved puppet head propped up by MSLSD over here, did she ever say that she was threatened by the pipe bomb at the DNC? Never. Why not? Because it was all bullshit. That's why. Because otherwise she would have used her political expedient narrative to win the election, right? Oh, my life was threatened when I was at the DNC headquarters and there was a pipe bomb being placed. But no, they don't want to talk about that because they put it there. Who's they? Remember, the DNC, the RNC, the Union Station, all the way down to Nats Park. That's all within the U.S. Capitol Police and Metropolitan Police Department concurrent jurisdiction zone. Don't believe me? Read Title II U.S. Code, Section 1979, paragraph B. Let's listen.
just a formality.
Oh, he's going to be here at 11 a.m. now. So we got a full hour. Good thing we got a nice charger. We're going to be here all day, folks, as we further expose. You know what? Let's keep sharing this. Let's get this thing to 10,000, maybe 100,000 like back in the day. Let's get Elon in here, you know, for him to listen in, to call out these disinformation purveyors. Okay? So, I might have to get a droplet of water at some point.
Yeah, this is a detailed indictment. John Bolton is accused of sending more than 1,000 pages of diary material.
We already all know this. He's just regurgitating the talking points. He doesn't give context. They only talk about like, what's going on right
What
here.
talking points did you just bring up?
1,000 pages of classified information. I mean, that again, this is what's going on in the courthouse is like the speck of dust of the totality of
Tip
what
of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg. Not even tip, right? So let's go back to this and say January 6th, right?
So some of that classified material got
It's going to showcase a lot of his deep state chicanery going on. I mean, you're going to start seeing touch points of how they went after General Flynn and tried against him, how they the wall that was involved. The deep state target list exists for a reason, folks. I've already mapped out who these people are. Now, it's up to this Department of Justice that is marred and infused with toxicity. Remember, most of the Department of Justice are jabbed scum, okay? That took the bioweapon, right? And so they're already predisposed to think and believe this particular disinformation career. Because if you probably walk into the department, you're probably going to see on their TV screens this main disinformation career. If you go into the intel community buildings, they're either going to have Criminal News Network or they're going to have MSLSD basically pushing and zombifying the safe and effective toxic bioweapon jab, or the myocarditis making heart exploding jab. They're all probably jabbed with, right? On multiple counts.
He's maybe got his booster this year.
They're probably still getting boosters, right?
He's got the nanoparticles going right through his head right now, maybe. He could just die suddenly right now on camera like so many have.
I pray they don't die suddenly, because at the end of the day, you know.
Maybe God will...
Stupid shouldn't be punished with death, you know what I mean? Stupid is just stupid. That's not criminal, right? But those that actually promulgated and lied about it, then those actions could potentially fall under the category of being seditious co-conspirator.
It's great to be pure-blooded.
And again, it's this. They always try to invoke, oh, you're supporting this guy, the orange man. You know what? I could care less about the name of the individual that's an office holder. It's all about how these folks participated in Fourth Amendment violations.
In the COVID con, among other things.
First Amendment
the Russia
violations
collusion
at
garbage.
scale. They're the ones that pushed the whole Russia hoax. America should bankrupt them first. All of these folks, right?
Licenses should be pulled.
And the reason why I say News Nation is because they have Chris Cuomo as part of their team.
A former champion for the COVID.
They should know better than not to have the COVID DNA mutilation
mRNA bioweapons
brand ambassador. These were all big pharma brand ambassadors that resulted in mass mutilation.
Rachel Maddow was making over $20,000 every time he or she brought up the COVID-19 jabs. I don't know if Rachel Maddow is a man or a woman. It's hard to say.
Let's ask. Are they?
Do you believe Caitlin Collins is a
gentleman?
tranny? Maybe.
Ma'am? The CIA perky looking? CIA, perk up. Oh, we've been hacked. He said CIA. That stands for Central Intelligence Agency. But I sometimes, on occasion, regularly call it the CIA. Okay? Anyhow, taxpayers out there.
But we definitely know Michael LaVon Robinson, a.k.a. Michelle Obama, definitely is a man.
Remember, just so that the trolls out there that love to troll me back, my words are my own, okay? The guy behind the camera, he's exercising his own free will.
Joseph Philip
Dane. So please don't attribute his statements to me, and vice versa, right? On occasion, I'm going to say, I agree with you, then you can do that. But when I'm not saying anything, those are his own statements, and I'm not going to censor them. But I will respectfully sometimes say, hey, give me a moment, let me put in
the information that I want to put out. That's about it. Back to January 6th. You want to re-ask the question to kind of reset about what you asked me.
What involvement, what hand does Bolton have with the Pence Pelosi Fed surrection, in your opinion? Do you think he had any?
Yeah, so that's good. Yes, opinion. So I haven't seen any evidence of his direct involvement or communications coordination, but generally speaking, I would, if I were to search through his devices, right, I would take a look and see if he had any communications with folks like David Buckley, the former Inspector General of the CIA, since we're talking about the CIA. His communications with John Brennan, who was the former director of the CIA, right?
And he said, oh, he really likes
Liz Cheney and Liz Cheney's husband, whom I forget his first name, but if I'm not mistaken, as I was researching, Lizzie Cheney's husband was what? A lawyer. And he was a lawyer working over there, if I'm not mistaken again, I'm going to have to refresh my memory, he would have crossed paths with David Buckley, who ended up being the staff director for the Fedsurrection Cover-Up Committee, which these disinformation purveyors call, what? The January 6th Select Committee, prime time, that showcased how, oh, Mike Pence, the Messiah Savior of the Republic, it was such an insurrection.
it was worse than Pearl Harbor.
It was so worse than Pearl Harbor. Pathetic. I mean, you guys are all complicit in it. I mean, just like scum. You're just so pathetic. No one bought into it, and that's why Trump was elected. Okay? Now we improve our position. Because guess what? There's a lot of you guys that are promulgating this disinformation, feeding the lemmings in our government, right? That are all, most of them, all jabbed, right? And so, do you think they have the courage to do what's necessary? No, because they fall prey to the disinformation constantly being into their brain as they, eat their potato chips or Takis, whatever they want to eat, the poison, right? And they're never exercising. They're just like, oh, give me another booster. Give me another. At least, one positive thing out of this whole thing, though, is they're no longer doing medical nose rapes, a.k.a. the PCR tests, right? They're no longer putting face toilets on. So, hey, kudos. 5 years later, you're not wearing your face toilets. Not even one. Before, you were doing the double, right? The double face toiletry. Jesus. So, I mean, we're winning. Inch by inch.
He didn't show up with his double mask.
Oh, remember that? You're the hell like, oh, let me put my hazmat suit on. Speaking of which, let me go on this tangent. Who was the one that promulgated? This is where you're gonna buy it. They're gonna like me for this one. 'Cause look at them, they're all laughing. This is the funniest part. Who was the head of the coronavirus task force in the White House under President Trump? How about Mike Pence? And how about who was the shadow governor? Listen closely, folks. It was Jared Kushner. So while Jared Kushner and Mike Pence decided, oh, we're gonna decide where the ventilators go to mass murder and slaughter folks under the medical protocols.
And the remdesivir.
And then we're going to send Fauci's remdesivir over to these areas of the country. As the former head of the Republican Governors Association, now the White House Coronavirus Task Force lead, Mikey Pence, is going to decide with Jared Kushner who gets what contracts and who gets the money associated with the contracts to dole out the remdesivir, the ventilators, the face toilets, the PCR medical nose rapes.
We're talking about notes.
You see how they have to listen to us, folks. This is how we work.
That's an MSDNC cold person.
LSD. Remember, if you look,
LSD.
it's more. I get it. It's a talking head of the DNC. But if
And
you
then
look
very
at
often
what
that
LSD,
board
the
says,
drug did,
you need to
it's
take
basically,
this or that out because it's
it's to
classified. Well, they say
make
is that
those that
Confusion.
are, those that are consuming their
email. So,
poison
so classified
to be
information
like
got to go wild
disoriented
that
and
way, but they
confused.
often are not
Remember?
prosecuted for that. The
CIA, huh?
is alleged to have done seems to have taken it
Miss
much further.
CIA.
It's similar to like General Petraeus.
So, you know, you have Miss
That
America,
man may be
Miss
demon possessed with
Arizona,
50
Miss
demons.
CIA.
He could be demon possessed with 50 demons right now. Like that. He's lied so many times live to what 10,000 viewers he
Write
gets
this
now?
stuff down, and it's
100,000.
very detailed, and the context is that you know it's sensitive now.
It's so glorious. It's so
That's what it
therapeutic.
really
I mean, they
is.
just make it so easy.
And the real issue here is that the Iranians got access to it, so there was real damage.
Speaking of Iranians, why don't they mention? So as he, here's what I suspect. Now this is not based on any evidence other than just relationships, and I'm an analyst, right? When they talk about how the Iranians hacked into Bolton, I wonder if John Kerry's name is going to come up in this investigation.
Oh yeah.
So remember, John Kerry was the Logan Act violator during Trump's first term, where he was coordinating with the mullahs of Iran. I wonder if his name is going to come up during discovery, or however they're going to proceed in investigating this, as they look into Bolton further. Because you got to remember, it was John Kerry that was the former Secretary of State. Okay? It was Johnny Boy Kerry that was the lead climate brand
Czar.
ambassador to make massive amounts of money on a new scheme, right?
Carbon credits with Obama.
Exactly. So, again, is there any evidence to showcase that there was any involvement there? No, not yet. But these are some questions that I would definitely ask and look into. As you're searching through, and the AI tool that you're going to use to look through all of Johnny Boy Bolton's information, I would type in a query of not only Mike Pence, Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, George Bush, but I would also query Johnny Boy Kerry.
Yep.
Just throwing it out
man.
there.
A skull and bones scumbag.
Okay? They're laughing. They know
With the inbred chin.
it's all sourced. Let's go back to sourcings. We talked about Chief Son. We talked about Chris Miller. We talked about Tarek Johnson. We talked about Ken Capolino at the RNC. Who else? Well, you got whistleblowers over at FBI. I know people at the right? FBI, DHS, DOJ. We get 25 years experience in the system. I don't know a single person in every single institution. Come on, folks. Are you going to introduce yourself yet, sir? I'm going to keep giving you opportunities because I'm a very generous guy. Maybe on the way back.
Cold shoulder is not good to show to Ivan the Great, the deep state marauder. How dare you?
And again, I can never be a victim.
Shame on
I
you.
only create victims. Okay?
Shame on that cold person.
So where's that gentleman that was here earlier? Right here. So can you kind of articulate to us, as we walked up, what was the conversation? Give us in as much detail as you can what the conversation was, how they huddled up, who led the effort.
The guy with the red hat went to Pro News.
So,
and
okay,
he's like, you know
point it.
about these
So the guy with the red hat, tell us.
Went to Pro News and he was like, hey, just so you guys know, these two guys don't talk to each other.
These guys are
I don't remember the exact details. And then they all huddled in together like.
Who's
you know,
all? Every single one of them?
No, this side. I'd say this side of the.
So the criminal news network side of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This side, they all kind of huddled together and they were like making fun of you just because they're insecure.
But what were they saying
I
about making fun of
I couldn't quite
or you
get
couldn't
over here. I was
capture it?
kind of standing in the back.
Next time you got to capture those things, though.
I got in a video. I posted it to my friends.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What's your X account?
At Those Mad Lads.
Those Mad Lads?
Those Mad Lads.
Spell it.
THOSEMADLADS.
Okay, just like that sounds. Just wanted to make sure. Check it out. Follow him. He's going to be out here today, right?
Yep.
So check things out. He's posting stuff. And for those of you that take a look at his stuff, please go ahead and send me the portion and just kind of let me know the context of who led it. Let's figure out the red hat guy's name. Oh, look, let's go over here. They're kind of hiding out. Let's go in the sun. Hey, sir. Hi, Rick. How you doing today? Good? Sure? Okay, perfect. I'm pretty good too. So you're here doing camera work for CNN? Oh, okay. Yeah. So what do you say to the folks that call, I get it, but where are you from? to New York City. Well, my parents fled the Soviet Union in the 70s. So Russia. Because I hear an Alabama accent. I was going to say Chick-fil-A in Alabama. What state are you from? Oh, really? Where at? Okay. I can tell you how. Speak Farsi? Speak Dari? Azerbaijan? So, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan? Okay. Georgia? Armenia? Iran? That's not that Farsi. Georgia? More west? So very, so Turkey. Merhaba. Istanbul? Merhaba. There you go. Pretty good. Good stuff. I like that. That's pretty good. Alright, anyway. Yeah, you don't want to make a comment. Erdogan said you. Alright, well, welcome. Stay warm out here and, sir. Come on. You know you want to shake my hand. Come on, sir. I'm just being friendly, polite. I haven't used a single expletive all morning. Alright, I'll be around all day, so I'll give you another opportunity. And one last question before I get some sunshine. Why did you tell the whole crowd here to not talk to me? Now, if you're a governmental actor, that'd be problematic.
CIA asset.
But since you're a private citizen, allegedly, ostensibly, that's your First Amendment thing to coordinate not communicating. But again, if you're a man, which allegedly, based on your appearance, you look like it, it would be very respectful to reciprocate the politeness that I'm expressing to you, and at least respond. Okay? But I'll be back. There'll be more opportunities for it. So I know a lot of people that they call it a Tommy Master Cell House, CBS. They won't hurt.
Bring a check for you?
I brought it. I just did scare well.
Yeah. You gotta remember that next time. That they don't, you can't be powered. But, by the way, I have a outlet right there. So if you need to charge, the big board is not cable.
That's what you guys put up.
Here there are more layouts coming, Dave. Isn't that crazy?
From CBS, you mean, or what?
Well, no, NBC just was telling me.
Oh, I know, 200. Yeah, I know. Who are you with here? No. Oh, you're with Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, this is oh, this is Jim. Yeah. Jimmy's here?
I don't think he was that successful with this film. Like, if you get something that's just like... Everybody's crazy everywhere. But you have a bar there? Or you go this guy? So not. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, Dad found a place today with my cell phone. No, potentially. Hey guys, we gotta leave one side or the other open. So I can't have you person on this side.
Okay. No, I'm just going to set up here. This is our...
Okay, that's you.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were bringing more equipment.
No.
Okay, all right. Thanks. We sure will get it.
Oh, you did. I noticed you had
Oh, yeah.
like 80 years.
Oh, yeah. AP.
80, okay. Do you guys have like here? Are you still there?
Nathan's in studio.
I'm with ADP. I'm with ADP.
Like, I don't do that with the fish because isn't that so unfair? No, I was at the house. So, but
Okay. Hey, how you been, ma'am? Ivan Rakeland. Brianna? You were at the captain? Was that you? I was the other one. I'm Ivan Rakeland. I'm just an independent reporter, investigator, researcher.
I was in
to make sure everyone's kept on. How about you? You doing good? Who are you with? I answered you, and then you're just going to run off? Okay. More disrespect coming from, I guess, the disinformation purveyors.
You think John
Is
Bolton
my assumption.
making an announcement right here?
How about you, sir?
How about me, what?
What's your name?
Are you Rachel?
Ivan Rakeland. That's okay? It's your name?
Yeah.
That's different. But my guess is that you're with CBS, based on that demeanor.
Center for BS.
All right, back to what I wanted to say. So, I'm gonna raise my voice not out of anger or angst. It's just to make sure that more people back there can kind of hear what I'm saying. Okay. And you know what? I think the center. Let's go over there because more of them are back there. I want more people here. They'll show the receipts. Whatever, we'll do it here. Okay, so here we are. We're outside the courthouse, and number one, as I was being investigated by the Biden criminal syndicate, this is what they did to me. As literally probably the only insider, like I explained, they feared me so much. Luckily, it's pretty clean, right? And so they investigated me. What are some of the things that they did? Well, let's take a look here. Notice regarding a request for customer data. Ivan Raikkonen, right? So this is in my email inbox, and it says, Apple. This notice is being sent from a no-reply email account. Dear account holder, on July 27th of 2022, Apple received a legal request from the Federal Bureau of Investigation requesting information regarding your Apple account. This legal request only allowed delayed notice to the affected customer, meaning me. The contact information in relation to the request, FBI. Requested agency location, Washington, D.C. Now that could have been the Washington field office, or it could have been FBI headquarters. Legal request type was a search warrant. Okay? Requesting agency case number, you see it there, 22 SC 1876. Pursuant to the applicant terms of service, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, Apple Privacy and Law Enforcement Compliance. So, why is the FBI looking into me? Huh? Eh? Let's ask over here. Maybe Peter Strzok can tell me that. Our beloved MSLSD analyst Peter Strzok. Or maybe Andy McCabe can tell us that. Our beloved former deputy director, right? Or maybe the guy that he just sat down for an interview with overseas, a guy by the name of Jackass Smith. Huh? Maybe Jackass Smith knows a thing or two about this particular search warrant of me. Just throwing it out there as a question. Next, let's take a look at another receipt, as it's spelled. So my next receipt, oh, looky here. This is from Fake Book, from the Law Enforcement Response Team. Hello. Oh, let's back up. I'll read you through the email chain of how this was. Oh, I only incorporated the last part. So Fake Book basically says the same thing that you just read on the Apple thing. And I asked, they said, if you have any further information, then I responded to them. When was the original request date? And here's what they sent back. Hello, for more information, the requesting agency may be reached at the contact information below. Who did the same thing to me via Fake Book to look at all of my content, communications, probably geotagged location data. FBI.
So it looks like
Agency case number. Look at this. GJ, Grand Jury, 2021, October 13th, 4 years ago, this week, case 83086. You see there? The year 2021, October 13th is my guess. So let's take a look. 83086. Is that the same number as here? It's not. Interesting. Requesting agency case number. That's a different case than this one. Oh, how many cases are they going after me for, huh? It says here, we are unable to provide you with legal advice. If you have questions about this information, we suggest that you consult with an attorney. Thank you, Law Enforcement Response Team. For more information, remember, this is from Facebook, right? Facebook sending me this email. Next, it doesn't end there, folks. So think about this. Is it Jackass Smith? Oh, wait. Wasn't it Mark? Wait, let's go back to Facebook. I'm just remembering things. Wasn't it Mark Zuckerbuck that was on Joe Rogan and he said, they sent a couple FBI guys over to us to censor the Biden criminal syndicate laptop. So who made this request? Mark Zuckerbuck to come after me? Was there a grand jury trying to indict me? Mr. Cash Patel, can you help see what this is about? Mr. Dan Bongino, Mr. Andrew Bailey, Miss Pam Bondi, Mr. Todd Blanche. Let's ask them to see. Oh, sir. Yes, sir. Hey.
Sorry.
You going into court?
Yep.
Well, come back out. We'll talk. No, he's busy. He said he did it. He did it okay.
Should have shook their hand.
I think he's one of the big name disinformation purveyors. So anyway, going back to this one, so Facebook, remember, Facebook at this time in 2021 is a surrogate little bitch of the FBI, okay?
Extension of the intelligence whole.
Censoring, canceling, suspending, right?
You dare talk about...
But yet, Mark Zuckerbuck is 2 weeks ago, or no, about a month ago, in the White House, as he's giggling on one side, and on the other side, Bill Gates giggling on the other side, as they're owning this administration, unfortunately, for now. But we're going to fight back. Okay. Next. Who else? Wasn't Google now, what are they called? Alphabet soup? Google was one of the biggest disinformation platforms online that was censoring, suspending folks, right? Let's read this. Dear Google user, Google received and responded to legal process issued by the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, compelling the release of information related to your Google account. A court order previously prohibited Google from notifying you of the legal process. Huh? A court order, huh? I wonder who that judge is. We'll find out. We are now permitted to disclose the receipt of the legal process to you. The agency reference number or case number on the legal process is Grand Jury 2021, October 13th, 83092, 83086, and then 2021 R02724, and then 2021 R00164. For more information about how Google handles the legal process, view our transparency report for that matter.
What a joke.
Google is not in a position to provide you with legal advice or discuss the substance of the legal process. If you have other questions regarding this matter, you may wish to contact an attorney. Reply directly to this email and any further communications regarding this matter. Any communications not sent as a direct reply to this email must contain the subject line, "Attention Google Legal Investigation Support." Reference the case and identification number and be sent to user notice in order to enter the appropriate routing and processing. Regards, Legal Investigation Support.
What year was that? 2021?
Google. I got this on January 5th of 2023. Notice, that came after the Republicans won the House of Representatives, and they started to be like, oh, we better we better slow this thing down so that the deep state marauder doesn't come after us at scale.
Who's coming out there?
Ooh, wait for it. 1036. Make sure you get the... Okay. Next.
So where is it all standing now? Is it all over with?
So these are three. These are just three of many that I decided. Because, you know, Apple's pretty big. Facebook's pretty big.
Google too.
Google's pretty big. Arguably the top three, right? Data aggregators, right? So, what am I getting at, folks? Grand jury. One thing to note, I was one of the persons of interest of Jackass Smith. My name was redacted. They didn't want to mention. They never want to mention my name. The January 6th committee report talks about my tweet, the Pence card. They never mention my name. Why? Because of fear. That's why. Because you bring me in to testify, whether it's with agents, where you bring it into a courtroom, there's going to be evidence of me communicating with you now. And then I'm going to explain to you the entire rule that I had in forcing Pelosi into the Fedsurrection. Okay? You're going to... I'll give you the name, the timeline, everything, because I've investigated all of this already. But these scum right here, starting with, let's refocus on these scum. Whether it's Paul Ryan's Faux News, okay, who, by the way, was the Speaker of the House, and his Sergeant at Arms, Paul Irving, okay, his Sergeant at Arms, Paul Irving, was the Sergeant at Arms for John Boehner, and was the Sergeant at Arms for Nancy Pelosi that ran the Fedsurrection play from his office, right? And then you have here MSLSD, okay? Did the same thing. So while Mikey Pence and the Republicans were working the insurrection narrative over here, Nancy Pelosi was running the insurrection narrative via these scum, MSLSD.
Pushing out the same fake
While
news narrative.
Pelosi was leveraging the criminal news network scum over here. Additionally, commie bastard sellouts, CBS, were doing the same thing with the insurrection narrative. Okay? So that's basically what was going on. So, it's interesting how all of them are afraid to say, careful with the cables, so you don't fall and trip. You notice how no one kind of wants to put their name on there, because they're embarrassed. They're good little Nazis promoting the narrative.
That guy was so rude to you in the green jacket there.
No, he was fine. All right, let's go over here.
It wasn't cordial at all.
This guy has to be MSLSD because he's hanging out with the same crew. The red hat one. Sir. You shouldn't be afraid. You're 21. Why are you so afraid of me?
Did you hear that?
I'll come around here.
Yeah, it's like every time you get a man like a DCA crash. Here I go. Hey, can you send my thing to us? Because we're starving. Hopper responded saying, let us know if you can send it to us.
Definitely not.
I remember one guy just to the crew that are not working. So what is the
When people flip out, the way I do that is using your emotional control. Literally, that's what you do.
So I told you they moved Teddy.
So, there you go.
Senate. Apparently, according to one, that I was trying to get aid on the email, what's his face was right after
Well, he's busy now. He's busy now. This guy's good. Another compliment. We're rubbing off on you in a good way. You know that Jack's really good. I'm sad. I'm not going to stick with you. I'm positive. I just came up with an investigator. I've been investigating ever since.
No, I have the same order. You have a costly clearance? The highest clearance in the land?
I had a timer.
I said it, I had it set up for the caveat underneath for
And then in addition, I had an actual
They're there. We're
got a couple seconds left to make a statement about Mr. John Bolton. No? What about Rod Rosenstein, Mike Pence, his involvement with Mike Bolton, Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, Mr. Bush, President H.W. and George W. Bush? No comment. Hey, I get it. They were busy. Very busy.
I got to represent a scumbag.
Well, I don't know who those individuals were, so I'm not going to lay any sort of. Those could have been the. Anybody have any insight? Was that the U.S. Attorney's office, or were they Mr. Bolton's attorneys?
Sam, you know who those people were?
Mr. Bolton.
But can you guys just move just a little bit so I can get a shot of the movie?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no worries. Cost $10 to move me out of the.
No. Go on. He's a little bit more rowdy and rambunctious than I am.
Thank you, God, for letting me be
I got. You've actually toned it down a lot since we.
trained me well.
Because you get a little. Because I've gotten comments. People are like, "Hey, dude, your camera data. That's Joseph. Damn.
Yeah.
Really calm him down." I'm like, I can't control him. I can only make suggestions. All right, so I don't know. Like, no one's commenting. That's too bad. Let's start a new screen. Hey guys, I'm gonna start a new screen, and I'm gonna make sure that the comments are on so you guys can ask the questions. Stand by. Put my X count on alerts. We're going to go ahead and stop this screen. Go back. I want to have an interactive conversation. Let's crowdsourcing this. Had that shot up over more effective. So let's go ahead and end this screen.
It's like, no, it's like, I'm looking like,
Alright, so if you can hear me fine, give me a thumbs up, comments. Alright, here we go, folks. This will be more interactive, so you can actually ask questions, comment. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud. Because I guess I didn't have the comments on.
Thank you, Ivan. It's on.
Okay, good. Boom. Alright, so any questions as we get people in here? Let's take the first question when we get like back up to maybe 1,000 or something. Is it going pretty quick?
Quick. You got it.
Okay, so while we're waiting on folks, please comment where you're.
10-4. 10-4.
Please comment where you're coming in from. What part of the U.S.? Maybe the world. Just so that we get a sense of where. Anybody?
Somebody shared a video.
Thanks for sharing.
Ohio, Michigan, Aurora, Illinois.
Would you like to make a comment,
Richmond,
man?
Virginia, Illinois.
No, none at all. Okay. Where?
Oregon, New Jersey, Michigan, Richmond, Virginia, Aurora, Illinois.
Richmond, Virginia, Eastern District of Virginia. That person from Richmond, Virginia could potentially be one of the jurors in the Jimmy Homie trial.
Arizona, Patriot from outside of
Or
Chicago.
maybe the jury.
Coming to you from Miami, Florida.
Miami, okay.
Fernandina Beach, Florida. Michigan, Texas. Jews, loving this guy. Ivan Freeze, fire. Coming from Minneapolis, stand.
Minneapolis. Yes. Say hi to Tim Tampon for me.
Australia.
Give him an extra tampon. One for each nostril, one for each ear, one for each orifice.
South Georgia, Ivan the Great.
Okay, so
Ohio,
we good?
Wine.
People trickling back in.
It's almost to 1,000.
Oh wow, that's pretty quick.
Ivan is Adam Schiff, your brain's text.
I think you pronounce it Adam Bullshit, but that's definitely one of the key figures on the deep state target list. I mean, we got Homie, Brennan. I would suspect Brennan should be probably the next one. Adam Bolshiff should be wrapped in. But at the end of the day, I mean, the hard one is going to be Mike Pence. And I think this is going to be one of the key ways to get to him. But I'm not sure that this
Someone called you a Fed. That's not true. Fed.
I'm actually not. So, there's a lot of haters out there.
James Fiction from Kentucky. Love your work. You rock.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You're my oxygen.
Pence is a traitor, yes.
Yep. Hey, to quote Jamie Raskin said at the DNC convention, I quote, this is his words, not mine. He said, hang Mike Pence. I said, what? Now I get it. It was part of a broader sentence. But I like to quote that particular part of the sentence. That's just me. Good? Okay, so there I was. John Bolton was on MSLSD and Criminal News Network, and guess what he said? I wish you were recording on another device because I have it on that phone. But anyway, he said that after the Mar-a-Lago raid, he said the Justice Department should move with fast expediency to go ahead and go after Donald Trump. This is his own words. I wonder what he's going to say about his own particular case and his own trial. If the DOJ should move with deliberate expediency. Oh, karma, right? What do they say? FAFO? Huh? Ma'am? She looked up at me. I saw eye contact. Almost. All right, so same thing with Criminal News Network. Remember, Criminal News Network has your Andy McCabe's on there, right? And your Peter Strzok's, right? Same thing as MSLSD. Johnny Boy Brennan, right? Is all over those programs. That's why they're out here. They're like trying to protect their own. Their BS, bogus narrative. They're here in the protection game, and we're in the exposure game.
How dare they cover up for that deep state traitor? How dare they get paid to be out here?
Yeah, we're here to bankrupt these guys. So anyhow, questions? Anyone have a question?
Put some questions in there.
Yeah, let's go with some questions.
Block me again, cameraman. You are not a man's
Hey,
God.
another opportunity, sir?
Oh, there's a fake news guy. Thank you.
With no due respect, please, introduce yourself. Sir, Ivan Rachel. Are you proud of your fake news network? Say hi to your buddy. What's his name? Rachel. Say hi to Rachel. Sir, please. He's reporting
sudden needed to do something else?
Well, I had another Starbucks. That's factual information. Look at that. Whoa! Easy, big fella.
I think he was really cold.
There's nothing to say, right? Hey, man, you need someone to run your shop to talk to your, oh, there.
Yeah.
Abe was saying that he gave water inside. So. No, I'm good. I mean, unfortunately, I wish I would have known maybe what about a Thursday.
Yeah, hello.
So you know, you have to.
Table in there. Handmade.
No, I got it. I got it.
I'm not a phony like Joel Osteen. I don't make money off my freaking ex. It's the content.
Right here.
Started by the Holy Ghost.
Right, we don't have any.
Right here. So they're all online.
We got 4 minutes until 11 a.m. 4 minutes.
All clear? Let's take a question. Any questions about the MSLSD, the phone users, News Nation?
CBS Center for
I don't know who's in the room,
BS.
but we were told that this hearing starts at 11.
CBS?
Say that.
Hey, ask Ivan who had it stopped for school.
Backtrack to get on the way.
Demolish darkness.
Yeah, it's the same goal.
Control. There you go.
I've always found
That person's going to read what he or she knows. God's watching that person. Oh, here we go. This guy's got a problem with us. Looks like.
hey, 6
He doesn't have his mask on.
I appreciate your consideration.
6 feet.
That's why I was like, I want to make sure.
I haven't ID'd that.
The reason why I'm so polite about it is because he's approaching me that way. Otherwise,
If somebody knows who that MSBNC cool person is right there, put it in the comments. He has not.
Because what I'm doing here, as an example, is somebody's supposed to be playing. Yes, you still have to stand your ground and maintain your First Amendment. But I think it's good natured to when I'm approaching that professional game. I'm going to afford you.
How's everything going?
That's why I'm about 10 feet. Okay. So having said that, what were the questions? Oh,
Ask the fake news guys if they think shit would be next to you, right?
The previous question, who is behind, who had stopped stealing bad lies? You know what, I'm just going to expose some stuff that I heard. Did I communicate with Ali Alexander before January 6th? It's not about January 6th, but I do talk to him and everybody else that was involved in some way, shape, or form to stop, to literally stop. I looked at my Twitter back then. I had these plans and lists, coordinating who was supposed to do what in the administration, coordinating the effort, rally attendees, leaders, stuff that was going. All I was doing was synchronize everybody's effort. All counter every single one of these summer was saying, this is the most stupid election ever that happened in humanity. Who was it? We all do. We're not, at the end of the day, we proved it. And, but back then, everybody was trying to comply. To include Google, right? Censoring, we can't do this, and Facebook, and Apple, right? We're not Apple. Oh, there it is.
What do you think of Blanche? Does he need to go? Who? What do you think of Blanche? Does he need to go?
I'm going to leave that to Alex Jones.
It's 11 a.m.
To flesh out. I don't know him. I've done my research. I've seen what people say.
Who ordered the counting to be stopped?
Which county? At the state level or in the
Clarify, Flip Dog 71. Clarify the question.
If it was Congress, it's probably the last time Jay into Congress. Who ordered the counting to stop? Well, once Paul Gosar stood up to
John Bolton is facing a serious indictment under the
basically, that was the trigger point for the big six. We got to stop this and we got to usher in to be able to stop the objective of the dog place because they could be adjudicated publicly.
This indictment says that there was highly classified information in that material, and that he said things like the intel briefer said or whatever in the situation. Again, according to this indictment. He's in the courtroom today. The courthouse behind me for initial appearance, where he'll be read the charges and he agreed to that. We also believe he's being processed for the FBI. You want a tote? And of course, as you said, John Bolton is denying wrongdoing. His lawyer said that this information is known by the FBI for now. Is he being charged? And that is true. It's an investigation bureau by the administration. Installed for a while. They've done so with a career process. I think the contrast will happen.
Look at my idea with Parker Women. Take a look at our recent interview I did. It's my first video with Jay Frank. And for those people that are like, the reason why I sit down with Jay Frank is because he's a prime example of the duplicity.
Yeah, fire was exposed to the Iranians because one of the so what I've learned is that that is one way the United States discovered the classified information.
We can have a slave court for that. But the video itself is going to
They came across computers, and that sort of fueled this investigation. The debate divided the question about whether they could move forward in this case because it would require disclosing to the Iranians that the U.S. had that penetration. That's a big deal. That's not often done. But the Justice Department decided that it was worth it.
in the DOJ are blocking so they can continue to advocate for an insurrection. Meanwhile, it was a insurrection inside of the chambers, and all those people that were destroyed in the process, include those that still have been pardoned, that still continue to face the wrath of this DOJ, they need to be restored, reinstated, like benefits if they're workers certified, reinstated, and then lastly, there needs to be a financial windfall going on, not from taxpayers through settlement with the government. It needs to be taken from the scum, like the John Boltons of the world, that probably also received quite a few funds through the USAID paper-play money laundering stream as the members of Congress, both Republican and Democrat, with their beautiful Ukraine lapel pins or their Israel lapel pins, and I'm surprised they're not wearing China lapel pins, like the China first, like the Mitch McConnells, with China first, the Ukraine first, the Israel first caucus, which is Republicans and Democrats alike, sending money over to Ukraine as that money gets laundered through back into the national security ecosystem, as well as into the pay for the military-industrial complex that has to have a war going so they can fund the military-industrial complex, right? And then also it funds the PACs that are run by both Republicans and Democrats. Yeah, it's on the money craze. These guys don't do it because they're feeding poison to the lemming retards of society that are just zombies. Seals. How many times do I need to go get NPC, man? Ridiculous. And then they push it out.
Somebody wants you going on Bannon soon and covering this with Bannon. Are you ready to go with Bannon live?
I can, yeah. You should go on Bannon and Alex Jones and
Alex Jones needs to have you live
who
right
else?
now.
Is he on right now? Actually, yeah. In an hour. Who's that to 11:30? So, I guess I'm going with Bill. Alex.
It'd be good to hear you on Why were none of Fling's retards arrested on Jan 6 like Ann Vander? That's another spammer right there. Patrick S. 1188.
I know you got to ask. But first off, we're the most high IQ members of the American citizenry.
I'm going to make you large. I have
retard. So I would say my IQ is perfectly better. You're asking that. As more as everybody that we in there. And Anderson as well. Screwing out high IQ. Thank you. Why didn't you get arrested? Well, who would that be? One, this is what that is.
Are you going to wave to MSDNC people?
Two, is
You're live right now.
I know the system, okay? I know the system. I know the system. I don't. Well, they didn't make it. I didn't see how it is. And there was something different. Why would the vice president say? Ooh.
But the minutes on this
You guys, MSLC doesn't like it, huh? No. Some beds.
So they ordered like a different one that was like $100. And then they sent me a $400 VP for anti-real Sony.
It's like
The boxes for that all the years in there. Nicely. But it just doesn't quite look letters. Instead of saying 350, I'll turn around and it says 280 after the title. It's random.
Yeah, I mean, it suggests that he's an expert in it. And he is. He's a national security advisor. And he was a very articulate critic of Donald Trump's handling of classified information in that interview and elsewhere. And even more recently, when you had the signal chat where the defense secretary transmitted war plans to a signal chat that included journalists, Bolton was out there criticizing that. He's quoted in the indictment saying those things because prosecutors know that that is evidence that he knows the rules about classified information, and they use that against him in front of the jury.
I have a buddy who's reading. Instead of showing but you know, towing something, and then you got to walk.
Let's see who's over here. Oh, wait. We're live. Somebody just shut us down somehow. Maybe from the FBI. The DC field office there.
Maybe it was Johnny Boy Brennan asking his buddy to say down here.
It's a small club and we're not in it. It's a small penal club and we're not in it. Hey, we got Let me get a video of you out. Strong Ivan standing for the fake news people represented here. Here, let's go down here. John Bolton. I'm going to take questions. Looks like somebody blocked us.
So we'll stand by as we report on the fake news and the flight. Come on, sir. You know you want to shake my hand. It's taking everything out of me to not shake my hand. I can sense it. This physiological demeanor, but emanating. I want to shake my hand. The secretary of retribution.
Many are afraid of Ivan the Great.
Oh, by the way, can somebody do a quick search online to determine not only who this red hat wearing gentleman is, but also the gentleman over there with MSLSD? He's one of their agents. Can you comment in there what his name is, please? And just wait, because I want to address them by their names so that people know who they are. Again, because we're all about transparency, right? Full transparency so that you know who is manipulating the source of information that you're receiving. Okay? Cool. Sir,
Were you really a Green Beret?
I was.
I heard your colleague say that.
Ivan Reagan.
Well, thank you for your
Why
service.
did it take so long? Well, I'm a lawyer. I'm a Green Beret. I mean, I spent 25 years in the system, so okay, respect.
He's wimpy.
Hey, if we're working on it. We can always convert people to the truth eventually. Why you gotta be so angry? Yeah, I appreciate that. Why you gotta be so hurtful, man? Just when he actually finally shook my hand, I'm excited. I shook a hand of one of the key disinformation purveyors on the planet, and he did it in a respectful tone. See, I played that. What's his name?
Nobody's commented.
Come on, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to say anything else, and I'm not going to give more analysis until you guys
find that guy's name. MSDNC. MSLSD. Who's got that guy's name, people? Who's got his name? Ivan's waiting.
Let's go get some sunlight. It's coming this way. Because my bald head, people always complain how pale I am. Sunlight. Was it Tom Yamas? Was the anchor? Here, let me put my little paper in. What's his name? Tom Yamas is the anchor. He's the third anchor and advancing editor at AC15 News. Not a single arrest? Yeah, you can argue all of it. They were arraigned. Yeah, they pled guilty. They walked on their own. That was for Jimmy Homey. This guy's probably going to do the same thing. Tish James. No, you can't do that. Yeah. Just do a search. You can't do it in It's not him. It's not Tom. Well, you're not Tom Lamas. What's your first name?
I wish I was Tom Yamas.
What's your name, sir?
Well, we can follow you on X.
No one has a clue who he is. That's how it works. They know what name he is. He won't even tell us his name. That's how it works. Let's look him up. Here, just do a search on the internet. Do internet, not Twitter. Just type in MS. Or go to NSLSD right now and you'll see Brian's name. I don't know why he's so afraid of it. Bear with us. Trying to figure it out. Since you're not going to help me. The guy would even tell us. Would you like a course? Probably do it.
Yes, hi.
He doesn't look like Tom Wallace. We have 3 listeners can't even tell you his name. Yeah, but we're here to do transparency, folks. Bear with us. Yeah, watch that. There. No. Go back. So he's a field reporter. Go to show all columns. Come on, keep working. Come on, America. Here, you hold this. I'll show you how it's done. This is how it's done. Okay. Where can we get your lapel pin? Oh, for those that think I'm a Fed. See this lapel pin? It's the lapel pin for Feds for Freedom. It's an organization that was stood up after the illegal COVID jab mandate was instituted and promulgated and promoted by the biggest brand ambassadors of the myocarditis-making, heart-exploding injections, in the case of J&J, and in the case of Pfizer and Moderna, brought to you by, that is, I'm talking about the DNA mutilation injections. And for those that argue, oh, well, it's not a DNA mutilation injection. It's called, what's mRNA technology? Last I checked, in basic science class, mRNA is a component of DNA. Thusly, it's a gene therapy. Thusly, it is a DNA mutilation injection. That is also unsafe.
Your name Chris,
and
sir?
ineffective.
Mr. Fake News Man.
Did you find it?
Are you Chris Jansen? You're so unpopular, nobody on the comments can even figure out who you are.
Relax. Hold up. Just when he politely finally shook my hand. Relax. Why you gotta destroy my rapport with him? Like, I'm trying to build rapport with these disinformation purveyors, and you're getting in the way. Jesus. I mean, I'm trying to embed into the propagandists, okay? And you're slowing me down. It's not polite of you.
Irrelevant.
I'm gonna get a new cameraman, bro.
Someone commented. Someone commented.
Is that Yamich Alcindor?
Yamich?
I think that's Yamich Alcindor. Are you Yamich, sir? He doesn't look like. What's his name on?
Oh my God.
Are you Mr. Maddow? No. Didn't respond to Mr. Maddow. Maybe he's Laura Barron Lopez. Jake Traylor?
Kevin Dillon.
Here we go. Full cast.
Maybe it's Kevin. Kevin?
Rule. Mr. Rule. Yeah, there we go. Kristen Walker. No, that's Ali Velshi. No, he's got...
Who is that guy?
Hey, Mr. Velshi, did you get hair? Is that a toupee?
It looks real.
No.
That hair looks real there, boy. Mr.
We'll
Maddow.
get there. Mr. Maddow. I mean, we can end this if you just tell us your name. And then we don't have to go through this process.
Name from us.
Chris Hayes? Is that him?
Beavis.
Richard Lute.
Dude, it's Kevin.
Louis.
It's Kevin. Kevin?
Wait.
Kevin?
Is it? Let's see.
Kevin?
Are the news anchors?
Maybe it is.
All right, he's a correspondent. He's not an anchor. We're learning the terms of our terminology.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Of course.
You can call him Mr. Irrelevant.
Correspondent.
Alan. Look up Alan. Maybe it's Alan.
For MSL. Oh, it's because we've been putting in MSLSD. We've been wrong this whole time? That's why I can't find it.
He won't even tell us his name.
Okay,
That's
I
when
think
you know you're fake news.
I'm going to go to the... Okay, I'm submitting. I'm going to go to the biggest encyclopedic disinformation content creator online.
Up to you. You want redundancy or your call?
Oh, but they don't have pictures.
Jose Diaz-Barla?
Jose Diaz-Balart.
Carlos Danger? Mr. Bolton? Is
Wait, how do I...
inside. Right there.
I'm not going to stop until I find his name, since none of the crowd is helping us. No one knows who this guy is. He's an enigma.
Bolton has not repented. He's not cleared himself before God. He's continually working for a Savior as I speak right now. Inside that building.
Okay.
Ken Dillanian.
Is it Andrea Mitchell?
Ken Dillanian. Put in Ken Dill, D-I-L-A-N-I-A-N, Dillanian.
Ken Dillanian?
Yeah.
Ken, D-I-L.
A-N-A-N.
Here we go.
Yeah, Ken.
Yes! Kenneth
We got you.
Dillanian. Sir,
Kenneth.
it looks like an Armenian name to me. with an IAN at the end?
Are you a CIA operative for the fake
Voch
news?
Baron. Do you speak
Ted.
Armenian? I know a few words myself. He covers justice and intelligence. I think our paths will be crossing quite a bit over the coming months.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Ken. Finally, America, we've identified him.
Good job, John. Good job.
So, for those out there that don't know, Armenian names usually end in an IAN, and his name ends in an IAN. Okay? The capital of Armenia is Yerevan, or Yerevan, if you want to pronounce it a little bit closer to Armenian, or even Russian, because those are the two main languages spoken in Armenia. Have I been to Armenia? Why, yes, I have. I've been there before. I wonder if our good friend has been there too. And he has the same first name as the head of security at the RNC on January 6th that said that the pipe bomb was a hoax. Me. He called it in. He called in his former employer, colleagues over at U.S. Capitol Police and said, hey, there's something going
That's
on
the fake news. He refused to ID himself because he's afraid. He's got fears.
Justice and intelligence.
He's got a spirit of fear.
Hey, team, if you're watching this, go ahead and do a background check on him and give me what you got.
Yeah, I don't want to get anything on him with that John Bolton. Yes, right here with Fowler.
You know, we're going to be crossing paths. Because remember, justice and intelligence. So this guy, depending on how long he's been around, he knows exactly, he should know the FISA process, where it gets initiated, down at the agent level, the Woods file procedure, and then as the chain of command kind of goes up the chain for the approval for the Woods file FISA court submittal, it ends with the Deputy Attorney General and is signed off by the Deputy Attorney General. So if we go back to the time when this guy was the National Security Adviser, Mr. John Bolton, who was the Deputy Attorney General at the time, it was none other than Rod Rosenstein, who so happened to be the former U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, right here, that signed off on the FISA request, or the FISA warrant request. He was the ultimate signatory. As they went to Judge Rudy Contreras to sign off on You said you were from Belize City or Belmont, sir?
From the north, man.
Orinoco. Orange Walk.
Khorasan.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't plan to, they don't plan to speak to them.
So criminal news network needs to be educated a little bit. Get a sense of where they are in their knowledge of the lack thereof. So we're here to counter it. Take a look. See these guys? Just waiting. So while they report here, we report on them and we showcase to you.
This information was with the CIA, it was LA Times.
That's like 100 shared.
He shared articles with the CIA when
He was with LA Times.
Is that true, Ken? Shared articles with the CIA. What year was that?
Give us the
Look
year.
them up. Everybody start researching this guy, Ken. Well, looks like we got movement. Let's see what they're doing here. Keep an eye on the media. Don't want them to get too rowdy and rambunctious.
Sir, could you please move, please? Ivan, please?
Who's asking?
Blocking our shots, sir.
I will do it if that gentleman introduces himself with the red hat. I promise, seriously. If he can introduce himself, I will move.
What's so great about their shots? The guys are blocking us on purpose.
I got a bigger platform than all of you combined, folks.
You're in Ivan's shot. We're not in your shot, fake news people. Pipe down back there. fake news people want us to do. How dare they? We're the real freaking news right here. No one's paying us to be up here.
Right.
Big
This is
pharma ads.
unedited, right? This is
Got
unedited.
big pharma money coming to our pockets.
Everyone else was cordial and polite. That guy wouldn't even acknowledge. All right, so what do you guys have on this guy, Kent? Anything?
Come on, people, send some information so Ivan can get this guy with the facts. He's got a shady past in the fake news industrial complex, Mr. Ken over there, at the MSDNC. Are you committed pretty hard on it?
How you doing, sir? Got any comments?
Got any comment? The mustache man, Bolton?
What's your name?
Have you found a USB drive under the mustache, sir?
Looks like a young disinformation purveyor here. Yeah, looking for his colleague.
He's coming. Ain't this a trooper, baby?
Let's get these guys over here, too. Yeah.
Everything's strong. You got great.
Louder, say it louder. Start from the beginning, louder.
Yeah, disconnect my phone.
Start from the beginning, read it louder. No, you can touch it. Come back.
East Longmeadow High School, 1986.
Okay. 1986 minus 18, that puts us at what? 68?
He calls himself an investigative correspondent.
68?
What has he investigated thus far? Maybe a Starbucks coffee that he got.
Protecting the deep state.
Just talking questions, investigating. Ivan, tell Joe Scarborough to stop interrupting.
Did you notice the other day I was watching your buddy Joe Scarborough? His arm was shaking, like uncontrollable. I wonder if it's onset Parkinson's.
All right, here we go. Billy, his first professional position after graduating from Williams was at Philadelphia Philharmonic.
No, stand right here, please. Come on. What year was that? Let me think through this. 2014. He would have been. That was under Obama. That was Barry Hussein and Biden's reign. 2014. So you were sending drafts of your articles to the CIA for review? And John Brennan was the CIA director, and the Inspector General was none other than David Bolton, who was the guy that invited That's why he was afraid to introduce himself. You see how the dots are connected, folks? We're just getting started. Keep reading. Wow. Okay.
Hired for working with the CIA.
Is that what it says? Sir, would you care to make a comment, sir? Sir? Is that a yes or a no? I can't tell. So stow it.
They're all lined up, trying to get their money, getting their money.
Get
The
their,
fake news.
get their bank. All right, let's keep on Ken. So Ken is a CIA guy. So remember when I said CIA? What did Ken's assistant do with the hat? She immediately looks up. So then she gets the answer over at the CIA. Hey, America. You know that you're finding somebody that likes to put forth their drafts over the CIA to request approval before they impact foreign audiences, it still impacts American audiences, and that's wherein lies the problem and the potential illegal nature of it. So now, we might have to do a little bit more digging into Mr. Ken for a potential criminal referral for his time as potentially conducting treasonous activity. Keep in mind, folks, treason, maximum punishment is capital punishment, which according to federal statute, there is no statute of limitations.
I think that's complex.
How many times he did the CIA people put out fake news, destroy America? That's that guy's MO, right? Nobody wants to give us his name. He lives in fear. He doesn't live in.
Say his name. Yeah, we're just about transparency. Peaceful, transparency. Delanian. Kenneth Delanian. Delanian.
Anything I vote.
Okay? We just vote something. Well, we can't let people up. You're complaining that. Yeah.
Recent reporting by this guy's Delanian itself reveals connection to the resource Walter.
I get a lot of presidential medal. So good.
Hey, I can hear you.
All right. Wait. Let's get this guy right here, boys. Active.
Puff Daddy. Sir, what's your name? Am I blocking your shot? Nobody cares about your net worth. We don't care if your shots are blocked. You suck at your job.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, the best we got. Sounds good. I see the mic's up there. Like, you don't need me to go stick the mic up there. Okay. Fantastic.
Jack, what's that game on? I don't give kudos. I'm very critical. Sir, care to make a comment?
With regards to?
With anything in there. Did you Bolton's mustache in there? Did you see John Bolton? Did he have a USB-C stick in his mustache? Big one. Get him, they're laughing. Get him, they're laughing. You're not allowed to laugh, ladies. You're supposed to be automatons.
Oh.
With no emotions.
They're building an entire fake news narrative on an older.
Oh, is that so he was the one that went out for years.
Are you going to apologize to the American public and Canadians for your fake news?
For radicalizing half the country for the state to go ahead and start you would do like Charlie Burke? Well, did you radicalize Michael Burke? Actually bad guys. Did you radicalize the police department officer? Yeah. Lyle Morris into murdering Jose Royal? Did you radicalize
Copy that.
Yes.
The organization upon which you allegedly, according to media reports, were coordinating your practice before you radicalized America. Allegedly. Yeah.
Wow. See how team works? So like while I'm talking, you just need to give me a little bit of tidbits there, and then I can connect it to all the research I've done over the last, I don't know, 25 years. Paying price. Paying price. Yeah, so it's all coming to a head.
Hey, good morning, Marnie. That's right. This is a very procedural step, but here's still the first time that we're seeing John Bolton appear here at the federal courthouse. We're here in Greenbelt, Maryland, just a few miles over the border from Washington, D.C. Coming into today, we knew he was going to make that initial appearance, but we did not know if this was going to be his arraignment. But we do now have that answer. Moments ago, John Bolton did enter that not guilty plea. The judge advised him of his constitutional rights and afterwards asked him how he pleaded to the charges. And John Bolton himself entered the plea and responded, quote, "Not guilty, Your Honor." Now, Marnie, this proceeding only lasted just a few minutes. This is the standard step that every criminal defendant goes through. And actually, in fact, a lot of what John Bolton was doing this morning here at the courthouse wasn't actually in that courtroom itself. He got here just before 9 a.m. this morning, and there was about 2 hours before he actually showed up in that courtroom with the judge, where he presumably went through the booking and processing process. So, for example, he presumably would have had his fingerprints taken, his mugshot would have been taken, although that won't be released publicly, and then really him coming into that courtroom and entering that plea of not guilty was the last step, because one of the final things the judge did is he sent his conditions of release, and so John Bolton is now expected to be released here from the courthouse. Well, I noticed when he came into the room, we were already seated in the gallery, and he was walking very quickly to the counsel table. And then once he was seated right next to his attorneys. He was there with 3 attorneys there, Abby Lowell, his lead attorney, right there on his left. And they were chatting a bit. Right when they got in the courtroom, Abby Lowell put his arm around John Bolton. They were kind of whispering to each other. They knew reporters were right behind them, so they were trying to make sure we didn't hear what they were saying. But they were quite chatty, talking basically up until that moment where the judge entered the room.
100% of the time, always. Wow. That's the most humble.
We do not have a trial date yet. However, we have learned what his next court appearance will be. That will be on November 21st, so just a little bit about a month away from now. Like you said, not a trial. It'll just be the next hearing in this case. And that hearing will also be before a different judge. Today, John Bolton was appearing before the magistrate judge who handles a lot of these procedural steps. But now moving forward, this will be assigned to U.S. District Judge Theodore Twang. One of the judges here in Greenbelt. He's an appointee of former President Obama, and now from here on out will oversee those trial proceedings. So no trial date yet, but it's that November 21st date when John Bolton will come back here and appear before that judge who will oversee the trial when we might expect to get that trial schedule set.
Okay. This is very intriguing. You see how this sexualist generational rock deep state covers itself up? There's going to be a point in this.
That's right. As you just went through there, Marnie, these charges really fall into 2 different buckets. I'll start with the transmission charges. These all revolve around John Bolton's diary, where he had daily-like entries, and according to these charging documents, he sent those entries to 2 unknown family members. And according to these charging documents, some of those entries contain sensitive and classified material. So that is the transmission charges, the first half of it. And then the second half of the indictment here, the last 10 counts, as you mentioned, those retention charges, those specifically allege that John Bolton, after he left the White House during Donald Trump's first term, that he continued to hold on to classified materials at his home in Maryland. Of course, this came after agents searched both his home and his Washington, D.C. office back in August. Thank you. Thank you. Do you guys still want me for 12:30? I'm realizing that's probably the cold show. Oh, never mind.
All lined up. Shielding.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that's the cold show, so no worries if you don't know the
All
answer.
lined up. The Rod Rose's, the detectives of Rod Rose's team, of the Biden criminal syndicate, of the Pence cabal, right? Of the Paul Ryan.
Low energy. They got dead energy over there. Dead. Like zombies.
By the way, I gotta give credit to myself.
That lady give you a handshake yet? That lady even look at you, the MSC,
She's still warming up. We'll get there. So check this out. Yeah. See these guys right here?
Yeah.
I gave them a carrot. I said,
It's a little different there.
I keep my promise. I will move from this position so you can go back to your original position under one condition. The guy in the red hat honestly gives me his name. What's that? He works for Roy Tards? Roy Tards? How do you know? The Roy Tard guy?
Said us on this microphone. Maybe he's just a big fan.
He's a super fan of Bolton?
Okay, I remember you, sir. Let's zoom in. Are you with Roy Tards also?
That guy's afraid of Ivan. Look, he's walking away. He's so
Sir,
afraid of Ivan.
what's your name?
I don't.
ID yourself, sir. ID.
Guys.
Roy Tards. All right, here they come. They're coming out. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Why not? Why not? Yeah. You're still going to get him coming out the door and walking across there as long as everybody does it. No. Just wants to get out. What the heck?
He's not out yet. We're starting to start.
Oh, thank you.
You see how I know like who owns everything, right? It's kind of
You sing it to the same tune, right? All together. I was ready to get John Bolton good. I just brought his hammer of truth, the slave. Bolton, the deep state sunshine. Ivan Reitman. What's that? What's your name, sir? Zach. Zach? Where are you at? What's your race? Are you ashamed? Who you look for?
Hey, this is Peggy with the DC Bureau. How are you? Good. I'm requesting a 30-minute roll on my Yes, yes.
I'll stop once you go down. Have a good time.
Hey, could we get a roll on please?
Alright guys, look them up. See you soon.
Thank you so much. This is Peggy with the courthouse.
ABC.
Am I Slack? Yes. Yes, yes.
So we got Ken.
Oh, the IFB stuff? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Bye.
What is it? Zach what? He's got to pay his bills. No. Not with that money. I'll take it all.
Too long, you can just strap it to a pole or something. Like so. Yeah. And then you're just standing there.
Yo, so I'm here for something completely unrelated with some juveniles, just as a heads up. So I just want to give you, just like kind of be,
understood.
Just be cool.
Yep, yep.
Like, all right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate what you do.
Oh, there's disinformation.
I'm actually going to
I'm the only one.
Just no point. What's that? I can barely hear you. Oh, this guy. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the juveniles. I was like, what? I'm turning so you can't. Yep. I'm going this way. Yep. I totally misunderstood what you're saying.
Oh, no,
I turned my camera and you're like, don't turn.
No. I was just saying.
Yeah. Literally, they're talking about radio.
You got the escape vehicle where John Bolton is going to escape to and continue to treason freely through his devices. Because guess what? This toxic, feckless, cowardly DOJ and FBI will not.
Right. Thank you.
I did hear somebody say that.
And here we go.
Yep.
It's up. We got political. What's going on, sir?
Mr. Bolton, how are you feeling?
Hey, Mr. Bolton, Mike Pence is scared of the conspiracy to destroy the country? Where's Abby Lowell? What are you doing, sir?
You're a joke. Mr. Bolton, you're a joke.
Abby Lowell?
There goes the rat right there.
Over at your tower trying to defend Hunter Biden fighting criminal syndicate over in Delaware last year, wasn't it? I'm the guy that asked you, what kind of crack you smoke, Mr. Biden? Yeah, that was me. And you asked me, who do I work for? I work for myself. The American people are wondering, why are you representing Jim Comey? Why are you representing John Bolton? Why are you representing You know why? I know why. Because I've already done the investigation on all of it.
Have a good one. See you guys later.
I don't have a 5. I have a 5 and 6 are Aslan.
Oh, Aslan.
Yeah, I'll be out.
All right.
All right, I'll go run again. You guys
Yeah, because I'm going to start with
okay, just call me if you need. Yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
we dialing up me? Well, here we go.
I don't even know what I got.
Sorry, I was in a rush.
No, no worries.
That's what we had Lisa do last week.
Bless you. You could stay, but no one else is coming out.
that we have to shoot too. He got a little crazy there for a moment. Anyhow. Well, anyhow, did you need me to resend that? Monte video? Okay. Yes. That was the second to last. This was one by very large by gig-wise. I could do, but I mean, I started the day. We shot Veronica in front of the studio, and we shot Monty in front of the studio. Something about journalists. Maybe that's what it was. We had two basic for this one. Yeah, there was that. And that was after we did the third one of that. Okay, yeah. On the Monty, yep. Okay. Cool. That's the ball. We're doing those prayers. Well, actually, I ended up getting it. So he's from Reuters. But I can do that. She sent it. It's in my. They let me get out of here. I can send it. I can drop off the last one that I just did, where I can throw an admin who was. I think I can send it to you. 100 lines.
relatively what I can agree with you. That was fine.
I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
I wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. It was parked here already.
They were nice yesterday.
They are.
Chinese food in here.
Garlic, fascinating.
Top of his head.
Was it him?
It was him, yeah. It was his hair.
Yeah, pretty good. Around here for next week. This morning? Yeah, when I'm walking, quick walk across the lawn there. Guess they got better stuff at the courthouse, but you walk. Oh, yeah. Pictures of that room.
They didn't pass the defense. The pictures in here,